So today I'd like to focus on the concrete steps we are taking to deal with the core issues raised by the independent panel and the issues raised by British Columbians who took part in our teletown halls around BC. Again, the panel identified a $350 average annual burden on BC families because of the HST. This became a question about fairness, and what we heard is that BC families didn't think this was fair and were not willing to accept that cost for the benefits that the HST might bring. So today, I'm announcing the steps we propose to take to improve the HST, changes that will be implemented should British Columbians vote to keep the HST in the referendum. First, I'm committing to a 10% HST rate. We will do this in 2 steps. We will bring the rate down to 11% on July the 1st of 2012 in accordance with the agreement we have with the federal government. And we will drop it a further point to 10% on July the 1st, 2014. This is a similar phased approach that the federal government took with their reductions of the GST that took place over several years. I also happen to think it is the responsible way to lower the tax burden while meeting our commitment to balance the budget in 2013-14. Second, we will provide a one-time payment to bridge families to the first rate cut. All BC families will receive $175 for each and every child they have under age 18, and in addition, low and modest income seniors will also receive a check for $175, again, to bridge them to that July 1st cut that will take place in the HST on July 1st, 2012. So for a typical family with 2 kids, that's $350. Our commitment means that compared to the $350 cost that was identified by the panel, on average, BC families will now be about $120 better off each year. Not $350 in the whole, let me say it again, on average all families will be better off under the improved HST. These changes also mean that the 10% HST rate will be lower than the total 12% tax rate under the old 2-tax system of the PST and GST. And to put that in perspective, our reduction of the provincial portion down to 5% will be the first time British Columbians have seen a 5% PST rate in 30 years. The independent panel report noted that while many consumers have been paying more, many businesses have been benefiting as a result of the HST system, and that is clear. And nevertheless, under this approach, BC will still maintain a very competitive tax system, and the lower HST will continue to benefit many businesses, including some of those who have had transitional challenges due to the HST that will benefit from the lower rates. Under our agreement with the federal government that established the HST, only the government of British Columbia, as you know, can change the provincial HST portion of the rate. And accordingly, this afternoon, the BC government will exercise its jurisdiction and introduce a motion directing that the HST be reduced as of discussed. It will, in the motion, confirm the one-time payments being made to the families and seniors, low-income seniors, as I've indicated. It will call for the temporary increases to the corporate income tax rate effective January 1st, 2012, and it will delay the planned small business rate reduction. This motion will be tabled today and put to a vote in the legislature next week. And if that vote passes, which I expect it will, I will be asking the federal government to implement by regulation the proposed provincial HST rate reductions, subject, of course, to the no vote in the referendum this summer.